Hello everyone, I'm Simeon and you're watching Kharis tutorials on Africa TV. First and foremost, I want to welcome us into the new year 2019. We all know last year was so good and the end of last year was so busy. That is to tell us that this year is going to be more beautiful than last year. Today we're going to be doing a wonderful dress, and before I proceed, I would like to inform us that this year we're going to move step by step forward. You know, we need to introduce some other things to our tutorials, and it's going to make it more beautiful. We don't need to stay in a position, so I'll be introducing that to us little by little. Now, I'll be using two different fabrics for this dress. I have the scuba material and I also have the stretchy fabric. You can use any lace material to achieve this. I also use that on the other part of my 6 pieces. That's the base of my dress. Here also I have feathers. This is not a hen, but it's feathers. And also on my flame I have stay attached to it, and it helps it to stand. It's not a thick stay anyway. This is I used a paper stay on my peplum, and I won't be using any lining, especially on the main part. That's the half length of my dress. The only part I'll be needing lining on this dress is because I have a transparent material here, so I'll only be using lining on this part of my dress. This is what we'll be doing today, and the measurements we're going to be needing are the underbust measurements, the half length, the knee length, and the full length of our dress. I'll also be needing the round shoulder measurements. Remember, it's an off-shoulder dress, so I'll be needing the round shoulder measurements, and I'll be needing the bust measurements, the underbust circumference, the waist measurement, and the hip measurement. I'll take that again. I'll be needing the round shoulder measurement, the bust measurement, the underbust circumference, the waist, and the hip measurement. I'll also be needing the sleeve length and the round sleeve measurement. Those are the measurements we'll be needing in this tutorial. So quickly, let's move to the cutting table. Welcome back. Now the first thing I'm going to do is to cut out the base of our dress, and it's going to be a 6 pieces. So I'll be using one of the fabric to cut that. You know, we need the net is going to carry 1 piece at the front, 1 piece at the back, and the middle is going to be half of the measurement, and the main fabric as well is going to have 1 piece at the front, 1 piece at the back, and also half of the measurement at the front, at the middle, both at the front and at the back. So the first thing is the 6 pieces. I'll be cutting the net first, and the measurement, we have 17 inches to be the half length, and the full length is 59 inches. So 17 minus 59, we have 42 inches. So 42 is the length. I'll be adding 3 inches to the length. That'll give us 45 inches. And the folding, the hip measurement is 40. Front is 20, while the back is 20 inches. So it is a 6 pieces. The front is 3 pieces, so I'll be dividing 20 by 3. So we approximate that to be 7 inches each. So each piece is 7 inches. But the base of the dress, the wideness of the base of the dress, for me, I'll be folding with 9 inches. That is a matter of choice. You can reduce and you can add to that. So, but I will be using 9 inches to fold my fabric. So let's do that first. I have my fabric folded and the length of 45 inches. The knee length from the measurement is 36 inches. So the half length 17, that's 36 inches. It's 6 inches. And from our measurements, we need 7 inches for each piece. So to get 7 inches, it means we are going to measure 3.5 inches. I'll be adding ½ inch to that. That means we have 4 inches. 4 inches. 4 inches from the waist to the knee length. And from the knee length, I'm going to slant it to the folded edge. So this is one piece. I'm going to cut this. I'll be cutting 3 of these, so I'm going to repeat this 2 more times. Just place it to cut the fabric. To the last piece, I'm going to add 1 inch. So to the last piece, I added 1 inch for zip allowance. I'm going to divide it into 2. So that's why I'm adding 1 inch to the last piece. Now, I'm going to repeat all that I have here. This is two pieces, and the third piece, this is the third one. This one we need to divide into 2. So I've done that. And I'm going to repeat the same thing on the main material. Now the half length. First, we have the under bust measurement 13 inches and the half length 17 inches. So to the length, I'll add 1 inch and that'll be 18 inches. The folding, I'll be folding my fabric with the bust measurement, and that is 38. So I'll be adding 4 inches to the 38. That'll give us 42. It means your measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch. Still the same as the measurement plus 4 divided by 4. So I have 10.5 inches. So I'll be folding 10.5 inches for the front, and I'll add extra 2 inches to the folding because it's a breast cut. So I'll be folding 12.5 and the length of 18 inches. Don't forget, it's an off shoulder. So let's move to the fabric. It's an off shoulder, so I'm going to minus 4 inches and the length of 18 inches. And the folding 12.5 inches. 12.5 inches. I'm going to cut we added 2 inches to this, so I'm going to hide the 2 inches first. So I folded my 2 inches. The shoulder measurement is 13 inches and that will give us 6.5. I'm going to subtract 1.5 from that and we have 5 inches. The bust measurement, to get that, I'll measure 8.5 inches and the under bust measurement 13 inches. So we have the bust measurement to be 10.5 inches. The under bust circumference is 32 inches and 32 plus 4 divided by 4 will give us 9 inches. So from the shoulder, I have my armhole, then from the bust to the band. So let's cut. I'm going to unfold the 2 inches and now the nipple to nipple measurement is 8 inches. To get 8 inches, I'll fold 4 and I'm going to add 1 inch to the folding. So I'll be folding 5 inches. 5 inches. From our measurements, the under bust measurement is 13 inches and from the under bust to the nipple point, we have 3 inches. Now from my folding, I'm going to measure 4 inches and straight to the under bust measurement, 4 inches. And on the neck, I'm going to measure 3 inches for the wideness. So I'm going to slanten this. I'm going to curve it to the nipple point, then from the nipple point to the under bust measurement. So let's cut. Wow. The deepness of the neck. I will be using 6 inches. Still minus 4. This is my 6 inches. And it's a sweetheart neck, so on the other side I'm going to measure 5 inches. Draw out the shape and cut. So I'm going to shape in the sides as well. So this is what we have. That's the front. So let's cut the back now. So this is the back. And for the back, I'm going to add 1 inch for zip allowance. So that will be 11.5 inches. Still minus 4. Then the length of 18 inches. 4. We have 8.5 for the bust and 13 inches for the under bust measurement. 1 inch is what I'm adding for the zip allowance. So the shoulder measurement 6.5 inches minus 1.5 will give us 5 inches. Bust measurement 10.5 inches. 10.5 inches. The under bust circumference measurement 9 inches. So we have the back. Now the deepness and the wideness of the back neck design. For me, I'll be using the measurement of 7 inches for the deepness. So I'm going to bring it from the shoulder measurement and I'll cut it round. Yeah. So we are done with the back design. Now we move to the flare. The flare measurement is a matter of choice and the length I want is 60 inches. I'll be folding a single flare. .60 inches. So since I have my fabric into 2, I'll measure 30 inches to get 60 inches. .35 is what I got, so I'll take 35 inches round. So let's confirm the 30 inches we need. 30. This is 27. I'm going to bring it down by 1 inch. So 30 inches. Now the length of the flare, this is the middle, so it's going to be longer at the middle, and at the two edges is going to be just 2 inches. The length here is 10 inches. 10 inches. So, and the length at the edges of my flare is just 2 inches. 2 inches is a designed one, so this is what I'm going to trace out. So let's cut. This is the flare. I need 2 of this, so I'm going to place this to cut the other one. Is a designed one. You can always have your desired design. I'm reducing this by 1 inch. I have 9, 8, 7, and I'm going to make this 6 inches. I'm going to cut just this alone because I want the back to be wider, to be longer than the front measurement. So it's actually a design of your choice. You can always create any design you want. Still the same measurement of 2 inches. So here I'll be using the measurement of 11 inches, and I'll reduce to 9, and I'll reduce to 7 inches. I'll reduce, this is 11, I'll reduce this to 10, and I'll reduce this to 9 inches. You can have a flare design of your choice, remember. Here. So I have 2 of this ready. And now we move to the sleeve. To cut the sleeve, first we need to get the round shoulder measurement, and that is 40. The wideness of the half length itself, the wideness, remember we used 5 inches, and 5 inches will give us 10 inches. So we have 10 inches at the front, 10 inches at the back, and that together will give us 20 inches. So the measurement left is 20 inches. So to get that, I need 5 inches. The length of the sleeve. The length of the sleeve is 8 inches. And the round sleeve measurement is 12 inches. So 12 divided by 2 will give us 6 inches. Plus 3 inches, we have 9 inches. I'll be folding 9 inches. This is 9 inches. The length of the sleeve is 8 inches. So I'll add 2 inches and that'll give us 10 inches. That's the length of the sleeve. Let's cut it out first. I'll measure down 4 inches, and from the round shoulder measurement, the remaining measurement we need is 10 inches. So to get 10, I'll measure 5 inches. The fabric is a bit stretchy, so I don't really need excess. So from here, I'm going to measure the round sleeve measurement, and that is 12 inches. Divided by 2 is 6 inches. I'll add 1 inch. That is 7 inches. So I'm going to bring it down to cut. I'll be using this to cut out the other sleeve. Yeah, so we are left with cutting out the nets for the front. We are left with cutting out the nets for the front panel, and I won't be doing that in this tutorial because I need to first join the breast part, then trace it out to cut out the net. So which means you must not miss the concluding part of this tutorial. So for now, that's the end. Thanks for watching Kharis tutorials. If you enjoyed this tutorial, click on the subscribe button and don't forget to click on the notification button so you can get posts each time we post a new video. I still remain Simeon Grace. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and on Instagram at Africa TV. And you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Kharis Kreations. Till I see you next class. Bye.